let's talk about righteousness, why we need it, and where we can find it. The other day, I had to visit the urgent care. I had cut my hand and needed stitches. Now, I wish I had a cool story, but it happened while I was doing the dishes and the glass broke. So nothing cool, just me not being careful. But my trip to the urgent care led me to an unexpected conversation. The doctor who stitched my hand asked me about my job, and I told him I'm a pastor. So then he asked me about church, and we started talking about church and life and God. And it turned out somewhere in the conversation that he is Muslim, which I thought was awesome. But then he happened to share that he never attends mosque. And I said, why? And he said, well, because people go and they are told how to live, but once they leave, they never do what they are told. Sometimes they do worse things. I said, I think that's a universal human problem. Christians do the same thing. Now, what was interesting to me is that my doctor was frustrated with his fellow Muslims because they were not righteous. He didn't say it that way, of course, but what he was saying is they did not do what was right, even after being taught what was right. And I thought that's a frustration we all share about other people, and let's be honest, about ourselves. None of us live up to even our own standards of what is right. None of us always treat each other the way we want to be treated. None of us is kind to others 100% of the time. I mean, sure, maybe you're good most of the time. Maybe you're better than your friends and neighbors. But those other times, we know we're all doing things that are wrong. Whether we tell a little lie to avoid some trouble, whether we're selfish or we lose our temper, or those times we say mean things, or the other times we just think mean things. It doesn't matter if we are told what is right. Even when we know what is right, we don't do it. Especially when it comes not just to our own definition of what is right and wrong, but God's definition of what is right and wrong. We all don't do what is right. And so in the eyes of God, and even other people, we are all frustratingly unrighteous, which means we all need righteousness. We all need a way to be made right and to do what is right. But if we can't get righteousness through just religious instruction, where can we find the righteousness that we need? Well, the Bible tells us in Romans 3:21, but now the righteousness of God has been manifested apart from the law, although the law and the prophets bear witness to it, the righteousness of God through faith in Jesus Christ for all who believe. What's the Bible saying? The Bible tells us that there's this righteousness, not just of man, but of God. A righteousness of God that can now be seen apart from just mere religious instruction. The righteousness of God is now revealed in the person of Jesus Christ. And you and I receive the righteousness of God through faith in Jesus Christ. Through faith in Jesus, you and I are made right with God, and we are able to do what is right in the eyes of God. So for all of us who are at times frustrated to see people not doing what is right, the place to start is to first remember that on our own, none of us is righteous. But the righteousness that you and I need comes through faith in Jesus Christ. Now, I hope to stay out of the urgent care for a long while, but I look forward to more conversations with others that help me remember why Jesus and all that he freely offers us is so unique and amazing, especially when it comes to righteousness. I'm Pastor Allen. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to connect with you again soon.